Let's be real, with the rise of the coronavirus taking over our entire world, how many of us actually wash your hands on a regular basis like the doctors tell us to? Not a lot, right? That is why it is important for us to know why we should or wash your hands on a regular basis every time. Hi and Assalamualaikum to my respected lecturer and everyone watching today. So for today, I am going to be talking about my topic, which is everyone should wash their hands and persuade every single one of you to do so by the time I finish. So this speech will be distributed into three main points. So first one is the reason why people do not wash their hands on a regular basis. Second, the impact of not washing your hands regularly. And third, ways to keep your hands clean. So, if the rise of new viruses and bacterial have diseases nowadays, I figure this would be a great topic to share with all of you. That is why I have chosen this one topic specifically. Starting with my main point, it is not a shock that people actually only wash their hands when they are showering or when it is only crucial for them. The reason why people do not wash their hands on a regular basis is because number one, they think that it takes a lot of time, so they feel lazy, that it takes too much time out of the day. They think that 20 seconds of their day is going to waste if they wash their hands. But according to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, singing happy birthday twice from start to end or even just humming it while washing your hands is that accurate amount of time for you to be washing your hands. So think about it. To be honest, it is not actually taking up a lot of your time, right? Secondly, people do not wash their hands regularly because they find easier alternatives. So, speaking of easier alternatives, hand sanitizer are not one of them because hand sanitizer are actually used beneficially and they give benefits for you when it comes to washing your hands. But what I mean by taking an easier route is when people only wipe their hands on their pants or maybe they wipe it on table, clothes or maybe curtains. These kind of surfaces are very inefficient for us to be cleaning our hands because we do not know what type of germs or even bacteria who could be on those types of surface. And the last reason why people choose to not wash their hands regularly because they have the mindset that as long as their hands look clean or at least or as long as they don't look as dirty as possible, then they will not wash their hands. So it doesn't matter if it goes on for one day or they could go on 1 week without washing their hands. As long as they feel like their hands is clean enough, they won't do it. This mindset is very bad for us because our naked eyes cannot see the types of viruses or even bacteria or anything that are on our hands, especially when we have been touching a lot of things from morning until night and our daily routine. So we do not actually know how clean our hands really are. So if all those aren't good enough for you to realize that we should be washing our hands on a regular basis, let me explain to you the impacts when we do not wash our hands regularly. So the first impact to not washing our hands regularly is that we will actually affecting those with a compromised immune system. So this means children, babies and all elderly, all these people, if we touch them, for instance, if we touch a baby with our hands or that have not been washed or are not clean or hygienic, then the possibility of them to get diseases such as diarrheal diseases or a pneumonia is very high. And according to the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, these two diseases are the most highest diseases to cause death among children all around the world. The second impact is that it will cause illness for us when we do not wash our hands on a regular basis. So for instance, what the most recent disease that is currently changing the whole entire world is the COVID-19. So this kind of virus can actually be stopped or prevent just by washing your hands. So if we do not do that, the chances are very much high or very likely for you to get this kind of disease. Apart from that, you can also get disease such as the hand, foot and mouth disease and many more other diseases. Thirdly, when do not wash our hands on a regular basis, it can actually ruin our skin barrier. So it doesn't matter how expensive our skincare is, if you do not wash our hands on a regular basis, and after you touch your phone or touch your laptop or anything you could think of, and then you touch your face area, you can actually cause more acne, more breakout, and it can cause a lot of damage or problems to your skin. So those are the impacts if you do not wash your hands on a regular basis. However, there are always ways to avoid these things from happening, and the most efficient way is by always keeping your hands clean. Keeping your hands clean doesn't always or necessarily mean washing your hands regularly. Though washing your hands regularly is very crucial, there are also many other ways that you can think of. So the efficient way to keep your hands clean is by washing your hands with the right way or the most correct and right technique. So for washing your hands, there are 5 techniques in specific, which is wet, lather, scrub, rinse, and dry. When you do all these 5 tips, your hands will be as clean as they should be. So next time you go washing your hands, don't just open the tap and put your hands on just put on the water, because that is actually won't be as efficient as washing with the correct technique. Then secondly, you always use hand sanitizer. So according to Dr. Amalina Bakri, hand sanitizer actually has 60% alcohol, which is actually enough to kill the coronavirus itself. So for instance, if you are going out for today with the coronavirus still intact, using hand sanitizer can actually benefit you a lot and keeping your hands hygienic. And lastly, avoid unnecessarily contact with with things around you. So for instance, do not touch. If you possible, do not touch railings or tables that look or seem dirty. So that can avoid you to unnecessarily germs or collecting viruses that you do not want to be collecting. All in all, washing your hands is very important. That the community and society should be taking this very seriously, because one person preventing this can help prevent a lot of more diseases in the near future. That's all from me. Thank you very much.